Do you like dolphins, Luke?
Oh,
I like
I
dolphins.
do. I like them. They're cool. They're really cool Pokemon. Yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
Speaking of dolphins,
Yeah. Dolphins are in the water, and
guess
the new Gen 10 is Wind and Waves. Whoa, what a
yeah.
surprise!
What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, and join with me each and every week. I do have my lovely co-host, Rocket Leader Jake, over here. Jake, say hello to the people, my man.
Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? This is one we've been waiting for, and one we've actually had to stay very disciplined to. Well, we don't have
Yes.
to stay disciplined now, but before making this podcast, it was a test of strength, as Zelda usually says.
It was a
Luke
test of
found
strength
out.
and a
Yeah, Luke found out he's addicted to social media,
yeah,
especially when there's Pokemon news.
dude. I've never felt I never felt like connected to a crackhead more than I felt like today. I was like, I need to know what's going on. Like I can't open Instagram. I can't open Twitter or X. I can't go on YouTube and even watch a video without the home screen trying to spoil me. I can't even open my internet browser at work because the first thing that will pop up is Pokemon.
I was
I was like, I can't even go on. I was like, can I go on Facebook? I haven't been on Facebook in 10 years, but I might today.
I
Like, I
did
need
worry
my
because
fix.
I was at work and I was at a training session, and obviously Pokemon Day is a massive thing. My boss
Yeah.
just loaded up Google to go to YouTube to put on like training videos of
Yeah.
microbiology stuff, and I'm there like this because I could see like Google had the special logo for the Pokemon Day stuff. I was like, "There's
Oh,
100
yeah.
million% going to be something on this homepage. Like, it doesn't matter if you're subscribed or not. YouTube is going to push it."
Oh, yeah. Big
But
time.
we made it, and I made it to a point
You made
where
it.
I even got the video up on screen in our little share center for me and Luke to watch
Yes.
without being spoiled, which was insane. I had to go the back route though. I had to go like through my YouTube studio to my subscriptions and then go to the Pokemon channel because I know the Pokemon channel won't spoil it. And then I got on there
Mhm.
and we found the presents.
Oh,
So if you haven't
whew.
figured out already what we're talking about this podcast, it
Yeah.
is the Pokemon 30th anniversary presents.
Mhm.
There's a whole load of shenanigans at the start that me and Luke really
Yeah.
don't care about. I've got the website up so
Nice.
I can read through. Cafe Remix to celebrate the 30th anniversary. You can add free Pokemon discovered in the Kanto region to your game, and then be on the lookout for more Pokemon and chef outfits coming soon. Okay.
Ooh.
I'll check on the press site as well if there's anything that they said, because the press site gives you a little bit more than what the actual website says.
I mean, to
There's
be
nothing.
to be honest with you guys, if basically what happened is Cafe Remix said a 2.5 year update. You're gonna get some Kanto Pokemon. Pokemon Go. Hey, you're gonna get Pokemon that you were able to catch before. It's coming back. You can catch them again. Masters EX. Red's here with a classic Pikachu.
Yep.
Congratulations. Um
Pokemon Sleep.
Pokemon
Luke
Sleep.
want a
You can catch Mew
Darkrai.
now. Yeah. I thought it was a Darkrai. Turns out it was a Mew. You can catch Mew in Pokemon Sleep starting tonight. Uh Pokemon TCG Pocket, no one gives a fuck about, but they released a
Yeah, what
Paldea
did they
set.
actually watch? Because I didn't. What did they actually release in Pocket? Because I didn't actually.
It was just it was their first like Paldea set, I guess, that they
Okay.
like are releasing or something like that. A Paldea special set. So I mean, if you're into that, that's awesome.
Showcase
Not
some
something
classic
for
cards
us.
throughout the game's history, and also tease some upcoming products commemorating 30 years of Pokemon that will be released simultaneously this year in participating markets. Watch the video
Yeah,
now, which is not. I'm not going to watch
yeah.
it.
So I
Um,
mean, like if you're into the Pokemon apps and you use the Pokemon apps, that's awesome. They did for Pokemon people who are fans of Pokemon Unite. Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos are now going to become playable characters. I know nothing of Unite. I think I played it just barely with you guys when it first came out 5 years ago.
and that was about
But
the same as what I got.
yeah.
ZA
So if you
got a new Mega. they released Mega Garchomp Z, which I can see now
Yep.
it's the Mac Pokemon. Type is Pure
Mhm.
Dragon. 6
Hmm.
free, £218.
Nice.
And that's all we got.
Big old dick. I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, me and Jake. Funny thing about that part, me and Jake got spoiled because we have not beaten the DLC, and they showed us all the new megas. I'm like, oh, that's a mega Golisopod.
Da-
Oh, that's a
Mega
mega Golder.
Darkrai, Mega
Oh, that's a mega
Magearna.
Darkrai.
It's like,
What?
whoops,
That's like that's a
Mega
mega Bagheera.
Heatran.
Oh, is that a Heatran? I'm just like me and Jake are like, okay, yeah. Uh, let's block that out in case we ever go back to that. But yeah,
Uh,
um,
and
definitely
then
that. I mean, cool.
we also got a fairly decent update that champions will be available
Yeah,
not next month but the month after. So we don't. I'd say about 6 weeks, which is
yeah.
very exciting for what we do in the quote unquote draft league
Mhm.
stuff. That I kind of missed February because I've been away. The
Yeah.
tournaments will come back if people are interested, and then
Mhm.
Pokemon champions will make that 10 million% easier, which
Yes.
I'm so happy for. And then we got
Mhm.
Pokopia. Um,
Yo, fucking Raikou.
this
Raikou confirmed for
Raikou
Pokopia.
confirmed. There's like hide and seek confirmed. So a prop hunt.
Yeah.
They finally revealed that it's not just overworld anymore. You get like
Mm.
underground caves. There's volcanoes. There's all sorts of things. So
Yep.
what we thought was an Animal Crossing based game is more of a Minecraft game, which
Mhm.
I'm super stoked about actually. I watched the treehouse and I wasn't entirely sold, but obviously the treehouses are scripted, so like they have to do
Yeah.
specific things in specific times, and
Mhm.
it's more of a it is a treehouse showcase, but it's more of a
Yeah.
live action trailer more than anything with just
Mhm.
some commentary over the top. Uh, but they showed quite a lot of Pokemon. Rotom Stereo is a thing, which
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I need that in real life. If there's any like an opportunity for merch and like real life merchandise, give me PC speakers that look like Rotom. I'm all
Yes.
for it. I take my money. Take it now.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
That was
so
sick.
I'm and that releases Friday, next Friday.
Mhm.
So we
Yep,
can't
next
be
Friday.
too angry at that because
No, not at all.
I don't think we'd had a. Is that the? Did they tell us like a
I think
teaser date?
we've had it. No, we've had a date. We knew it was coming out early March, but I
Ah,
didn't know
I've
it was
just
coming out that early in March.
yeah.
Again, me and you were just like, "This is cool." We're just not weren't super into it, and they were like, but they sold me on that trailer. I'll admit, they definitely was just like that trailer did it. I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw from
The
Procopia.
multiplayer is going to be
That was
good, and
really
the game
cool.
share is also going to be good as well. So
Yeah,
it's going
and
to be
then
a fun time. And then we get to the beans, the meat and potato pie.
it's
The
XD Gale Darkness coming to Nintendo
yeah.
Switch Online. Oh yeah.
Coming
No,
to
we're not talking about that.
also,
But
I didn't realize. No, we need to talk about that actually for just a
okay,
split
fair.
second, because I did not realize this when we were watching, but that is a
Yeah.
Switch 2 exclusive.
Yes, you cannot play that on your Switch. You have to have a Nintendo Switch
Um,
Online
which I think is
subscription.
not the best idea. Um,
No, absolutely not.
I would have liked everyone to play it. Where is X Gale of Dark? I'm looking for Gale
I
of
guess my
Darkness on this. It's not even mentioned on the press report, so they obviously don't care.
yeah, fair. But yeah, I mean, I guess are there any other GameCube games available online on the Nintendo Switch?
Not the Pokemon ones. I don't think they did a Battle Stadium, did they? No, because that's Champions. Champions is a, a revamp of Battle
Yeah.
Stadium.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's coming March 2026 to the
Mhm.
Nintendo Switch 2 systems and for Nintendo Switch Online plus the expansion pack. So it's not
Yeah.
just the online, you have to buy the expansion pack, which is
Which is
quite
what?
expensive.
20 to like
Um,
$29 a month.
yeah, something like that.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that
Jesus.
came out, but I feel like everyone should be able to play that. It shouldn't be a Switch 2 exclusive. I think that's a bit scummy from
Yeah.
Nintendo, but
emulate it.
So be it.
Anyways,
Yeah,
um,
dolphin. Do you like dolphins, Luke?
dol-
I like
I
dolphins.
do. I like them. They're cool. They're really cool Pokemon. Yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
Speaking of dolphins,
Yeah. Dolphins are in the water, and
guess
the new Gen 10 is Wind and Waves. Whoa, what a
yeah.
surprise!
um,
Oh,
yes,
God.
Gen 10 was announced. The
The
titles are
worst.
Pokemon transition ever.
No, not the worst transition. I was going to say the worst kept secret. The worst
Oh,
kept secret in Pokemon. Um,
it's here. It's true.
they've
The
gone with
leaks
it.
were right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said fuck it. I was like, we're not gonna halt production and change it. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, the worst kept secret of all time is Generation 10 is coming. It's called Pokemon Wind and Waves, like the Terra Leak suggested. Um, it from what I saw, and it is interesting because it looks much bigger, which is what I'm really excited about. It looks much bigger. It looks like the first shot. Again, I know it's just pre-game footage. But the first shot of the person stepping outside, and you see just this big island area. It looks big and it feels big just based on what we saw. So that's really really cool. Um, and we saw a plethora of Pokemon, a plethora of environments, which I was really impressed by. We saw your typical grass routes, you saw your cave, you saw a volcano area, you saw your deep water areas, your stream areas, your ravines, your rivers. Like it straight up feels like a proper environment, not just
yeah,
like, oh, we're here in, postmodern Japan. Like it's like, no, we're on an island, and I guess what islands have. They have different environment. It honestly, to me, it feels like what if they were to do a remake of Generation 7.
yeah,
That's the vibe I'm getting from it. Like very islandy, like very pretty, very nature esque focus on nature from I mean the tiles are winds and waves, you know what I mean? Like it's interesting. And that's the first time like there it's like it's different because it's like now we're going with nature things, winds and waves, like sky and sea. So
yeah. It's.
take a
I,
page
I
out
did
of
see
Zelda.
one. I've tried to stay away from the leaks a lot, but I did see one that like did intrigue me a little. It didn't go any into depth of like any new Pokemon or what was
Mhm.
happening or dodgy screenshots of what you don't know is real is actually real. Um,
Yeah.
it said something around that they were trying to do like a procedurally generated area, which would be something along the lines of No Man's Sky, where if you go into an area, it will never be the same. So, like, if you went to a volcano island, so in effect, you could just go to 1 million different islands. So you
Yeah.
have the central hub, which is
Mhm.
whatever the tower that we saw. Um,
Yeah.
and then you can expedite out onto an island, and it would just be random, procedurally generated with Pokemon on it. I don't know if I like that as a total concept for a game because I do like. Well, you've got to. I feel like there's always going to be significant landmarks. They need to put the gyms somewhere. They need to put the Pokemon League
Mhm.
somewhere. But if there
Yeah.
was like a wild area that was procedurally generated, I wouldn't mind a short loading screen to see something
Mhm.
completely new every single time you go into that wild area. That would be
Yeah,
insane.
big time.
Like you don't know if
Yeah,
it's
no.
volcano, you don't know if it's. And imagine like the shiny hunting aspects of it. It's like the randomness of I need. I mean, if you're going for a certain Pokemon, it's going to be infuriating. It's
It's
going to
gonna
be
suck,
so
yeah.
infuriating. But for
But with how easy it is to
replayability,
get shinies,
yeah,
make it a little bit more difficult, sure. No, I mean, it's cool. I mean, that I yeah, I agree that if they do a s there's no way the entire environment's gonna be pre-generated, generated on the spot, like the league may suggest. Like, I think that a wild area like that would be really cool. Um, but yeah, I think that would be a good spin, but there's no way that they're gonna go full blown. Once you get out of the town, like everything's procedurally generated. There's
nah,
absolutely no way. I don't think Pokemon can handle that. They could barely handle walking in the desert in Scarlet and Violet. So I don't know.
One
I
thing
don't
I
know if
didn't
that's
catch as well,
that's
but
too
I'm
big a
reading on the
jump.
press release, is this is Switch 2
Mhm.
exclusive.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, like, we knew
yeah.
that. I
So
mean,
I'll give you a read off the
yeah.
press, and then we could go into what was the big reveal that usually
Mhm.
we do not get on the
No, we
first
don't get that
edition of
often.
a reveal of a generation. So developed by
Yeah.
Game Freak Incorporated, Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves, the newest entries into the Pokemon RPG series, are scheduled for release in 2027 on the Nintendo Switch 2 system, not the original Switch. These titles feature an open world to explore with beautiful windswept islands and a vast ocean with glittering waves. The trainer will play as the main character of this adventure, where they will have a different outfit depending on the version of gaming they're playing, which is usual. The player will then choose their first partner Pokemon, either Brout, the Bean Chick Pokemon, Pombon, the puppy Pokemon, or Gekwa, the water gecko Pokemon, before setting off on their journey. Um, and obviously, with all fire, water, grass starters, they have their standard abilities, which is Overgrow, Blaze, and Torrent. Um,
Yep.
I'm kind of disappointed that the water one is another gecko. Like, we kind of had it
Yeah.
with Inteleon. Like,
Mhm.
it it's
But to be fair,
it fits.
is it
I
the
know
best
it
is
fits.
it the best it fits? Is it the best gecko? Could have they done better? Maybe.
Because, like,
You
Greninja's a
know,
frog.
but it's just a frog. Yeah.
Inteleon is a lizard, technically.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
really
You know,
related to water, it's just a water type.
yeah.
And now we have another lizard amphibian based
Yeah. Yeah.
starter. Like, I
Hey, it's a
feel like we could have done
gecko. It's
better.
different.
We could have done better.
I agree.
I would
I
have
agree.
liked to see maybe like a dolphin. Speaking of dolphins, I would have liked to see it
Yeah.
like a water
A
mammal
dolphin
of some
starter.
kind. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean we've had a seal. I feel like the water type is struggling. It's struggling
The
really,
one
really
it
bad.
is. It really is, man. It really is. Unfortunately, you can only do a turtle. There's only so many water animals you can pick from. But I feel like they could. I think the hardest thing that they have when it comes to starter Pokemon is trying to make it cute, and there's only so many animals you can make cute. I feel
Yeah,
like I think one of the popular ones. I think while the name's correct and the concept art for the Terra Leaks were correct, I I could have sworn maybe it was either a fan theory or it was in the Terra Leaks that the water starter was going to be a water buffalo. Now that would have been kind of
that would have been
interesting,
insane.
or like a baby elephant or something like that. Like
Yeah,
something like that. Like that would have been interesting. But I think Pokemon just always has this issue when it comes to starters about trying to make them properly 3 stages. And I think that's where they struggle with the water one because again, like you want to make it fit,
yeah,
which I guess I get it, but also at the same time, like we had a fire crocodile, which doesn't make sense. So it's just like you guys can take some liberties with it. It'll be a little bit more creative. We don't need a second water
yeah.
gecko,
Like,
but
I have got an image
maybe
on
this,
screen for the viewing uh
yeah,
listeners, still listeners, but the viewers on YouTube.
yeah,
Luke could probably pull up a photo himself because he's on his own PC. Um,
yeah.
the it's the grass starter has gone derpy again, which is a
Mhm.
seems to be a
Which is
common
fine.
theme.
It
Yeah.
fits. It fits.
Uh, I, I I don't know where I rank this grass starter, this Brout. Um, it looks like it's going to evolve into some sort of chicken. It's going to be
I
some
think we're gonna
grass
get a grass
Blaziken.
Blaziken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Rowlet had a much more. There's not a lot to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Rowlet had a lot
Yeah.
more
It's just
detailing to
very,
it.
yeah. It's very basic.
Sprigatito definitely had a lot more detailing to it. Like this is a very
Mhm.
plain. It looks like a pear.
It
Um,
does.
I- I'm hoping it evolves into some sort of like macaque, not macaque, parakeet type.
Mhm.
Very colorful bird. A bit like Toucanon,
Probably.
but probably on steroids. Um,
Yeah.
I'll save the fire one till last because Luke loves that thing. He screamed like a. His mic peaked so hard when he saw that thing. The water gecko. I could see it's going to definitely rival Greninja, depending on which way they
Yeah.
take it. It looks like a much more like a female variant. It looks very
Mhm.
female from the image that I'm
Very,
looking at.
very,
Um,
very feminine. Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see where they go with the gecko type. I can't see it straying much away, but I don't want to see it look like a water Helia tile. Um,
Yeah. I
but I
agree.
don't know where they can go with that. Also, we also don't know the mechanic or the gimmick of this game, which the starters will 1,000,000% be involved in. So
Yeah.
it's tit for
1,000%.
tat. Um, and then the big old fire puppy, which I think is the most obvious one on which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
Like,
It's gonna go is either gonna go the Arcanine route, or it's just gonna turn it. At first, when I saw it, I thought it was a little fire lion starter. I got so excited, and then I looked at it. It gets like, oh, that's just a puppy. It's just a Pomeranian. I mean, its name is Pom Bomb. It's literally a little Pomeranian. I'm gonna name it Winston. I'm gonna name him Winston because my friend had a little Pomeranian named Winston, so that's his name. So that's Winston. But I'm really excited by it. I think it's we haven't really. I mean, we've had basic household pets, but we've never had a dog starter. We've had cat starters, we've had bird starters, we've had a dog starter, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I think I hope it goes the more majestic route, like it's like more a regal like route of it all. I think that'd be really cool. Like I can definitely see it going like an Arcanine, maybe fitting in the body type of like a Mabo Stiff kind of like animal. I think it'll turn from less dog to more beast by the end of it if I were
yep.
to make a prediction of it. Because you don't the thing you run into with that Pokemon is you don't want to make it like Stoutland. You know what I mean? Like it too much of a dog. We have a lot of dog Pokemon. So,
Yeah, it looks like it
yes,
could end up down a Pyro route as well, and you don't particularly want to merge it with a Pyro, especially when it's a starter.
exactly.
Third stage starters usually have like you could tell them from a mile off. If you put it in a lineup, you can probably tell straight away like what is a starter and what isn't.
Yeah.
Um,
All I ask is that it doesn't stand the fuck up. It better stay
I was
unstuck.
about to say,
If
I
it
hope
goes
the gecko
bipedal,
and the dog stay quadrupeds. Like, do not make them stand up.
yeah,
Like, I can't deal with it.
yeah. No, like the chicken can stand up, but like for the love of God, if this dog stands up, it might as well be like a Digimon at that point. Like if you know what like Leomon, that's exactly what I'm thinking when I think of that puppy standing up, just like a buff lion. Like I don't want that. I don't want that. And we were talking about the water gecko, and now I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit. I'm like, maybe they could like go like a Komodo dragon route with it.
Oh, that would
Like
be
that would be kind of
cool.
cool. You know what I mean?
Uh, I
Because
have
again,
just found
who's to
the
say?
website, Luke. I found it.
Yeah.
There is a website that may give us
And
some
guys,
more information.
I do
Um,
want to let you guys know, if you guys did not already know, there's two Pikachu that were shown at the very beginning. And those Pikachu's name, don't worry, they have a name. Their name is Wavy Chew and Windy Chew. I'm sorry. The one
Mister.
wearing the Mr. Windy Chew and Miss Wavy Chew. Those are the special Pikachu's in the game. So,
And it does look like if they're
Pikachu,
advertising it, it does look like, well, they may. I don't think they're going to be
they will,
catchable. I feel
yeah,
like
they're
they're
gonna be
going
main
to have,
components.
they're going to be with your rival. I feel like they're going
Yeah,
to be like tying along the journey. You know, like when we had Sword But and Shield But? That was Sword and
yeah.
Shield. And everyone was like,
Mhm,
what is this? Like,
mhm.
uh, I feel like it's going to be like that. It's We're going to be locked in on the old. Sorry, I'm trying to just adjust some things on OBS. Um, there are some more like Pokedex entries that I can see.
Mhm.
It's saying that Brout, this Pokemon runs about energetically while photosynthesizing using the leaf on its brow. It's lively, but also can be a bit clumsy, which is fair enough, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
Your Pombon, Luke, Winston. The area below its throat glows faintly from heat-generating organs within its lungs, so it's going to breathe fire. Um,
Mhm.
this Pokemon is guideless and friendly, so it may not be the beast that you once fought, but it's definitely
Oh,
going to breathe fire. Um,
it better become a beast.
and this Gekwa, this Pokemon launches springy balls of water from its tail. Gekwa is very intelligent and maneuvers shrewdly while putting on airs. So that tells to me like it's gonna shoot. It's gonna have a water cannon out of the back of its tail.
Oh, for sure.
It
So I
it's
guess yeah, interesting. So I guess now my question is, what are their secondary types going to be? Are we going to
oh
get grass fighting, fire fairy, water dark? Are we going to get go? Are we going to go that route? I feel like we
I
might
don't
be going
think
that
they would
route.
do Water Dark again on another gecko. Because
There's
Greninja
just yeah,
Greninja is technically like a pseudo dark type, right? Oh no, it is
yeah,
dark. Um,
yeah. It's water dark. Yeah.
I feel like they've already done Water Fairy, but like I'm getting the feminine vibes from Gekwa that could be a
Mhm.
fairy type. Um,
Yeah.
I could see that using like Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast.
Hmm. Yeah, I could
I
with the pink eyes.
I don't want to say like Pombon is giving me rock. Do you know what it is?
Mhm.
The image on this website has got Pombon in a cave, which makes me think it's either
Yeah,
rock ground or fire rock or fire ground.
fire ground. Huh.
Um,
Interesting. Well, they won't do that. They won't do Fire Rock, Fire Ground. They're not going to make it quad weak to one of its rivals. They wouldn't do that, would
they
they?
might, they might.
That'd be a
So how
first.
would grass be quad weak to fire? So that's grass bug.
Yeah, no, there's no way that chicken's turning into a bug. If it
What
turned
else is weak to fire? I'm trying to.
uh,
My mind is blanking
bug,
out.
grass, ice, grass, ice. I doubt it.
Grass ice would be crazy.
That'd be a crazy leap.
Uh,
That'd be a crazy leap.
and then
Yeah,
something
I'm
that
not.
so it could be
I mean,
water
they
ground
also
because like that's quad
yeah.
water ground is quad weak to grass.
Yeah.
Fire
I
rock
mean, or they could just make them single types, not bother with it. Like they've done that route before too. Like
they
they've
could do
just
that.
made them single. Yeah, I mean they did that with um they've done that with they did that with the Gen 8 starters. They were just pure water types. They did right? Wasn't Cinderace was just fire was a fire
Yes,
start was fire type. Yeah.
Rilla's
So
just
I mean
grass.
yeah, they could just make them just mono types too. They don't necessarily have to give them a secondary typing. Um,
There
but
are
yeah,
some other
I'm just
images of
mhm,
these starters on this website. It looks really. You know what? They're growing on me. First, when I have an issue where when I first see a Pokemon or a Pokemon name, I just instantly think Fakemon. Like, and it's an instant just rejection in my brain of I can't. No, that's not a Pokemon. And then as it grows on me, and especially when I watch the trailer again, the graphics did. Like at first when I saw it, I was like, "This is just Scarlet and Violet 2." It looks exactly the same. But now when you watch it, I probably watched a higher res video, I guess.
mhm,
It does look really decent. It does.
yeah,
It's I like the yeah. When you look at these screenshots on the actual like windandwaves.pokemon.com, you can get a sense of what it looks like Scarlet and Violet, but on Switch 2. Like it looks
yeah,
good.
for sure.
It
Yeah,
it's I'm looking forward to it. Am I
yeah,
looking forward
me
to
too.
paying for it? No.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not looking forward to paying $80 for the game, but I will. That's the
Also, it
problem, but I
looks. I've
will.
only just realized. Are you on this website, Luke?
Mhm.
If you look at the first look of the main characters, they have hoverboards.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna be
no need.
surfing, skating, flying
We're doing
around.
everything.
That is gonna
Call,
be sick.
call Rocket Power. I've always wanted Rocket Power in Pokemon, and that's what we're getting. But yeah, no, I mean overall, I'm like, I think if I were to encompass this direct, I mean, is it a standoutish? No. Like it's not like the bee's knees. It's not the best Pokemon Day, Pokemon Direct that there's ever been. Pokemon Day really does just tend to follow the formulaic. Here are mobile app updates. Here's what we're working on if we don't already have a side game coming out, and then here's the next mainline game we're working on. But I will say probably the most standout thing that I saw from this direct regarding Winds and Waves is the fact that it's coming out in 2027.
Yep.
We are not getting a mainline. We're not getting a proper Pokemon spin-off, not spin-off, a proper Pokemon title in 2026. We're taking a year off, which is fine. I mean, again, let
Unless Ilka do
ZA.
a remake of some kind.
I doubt it. I because of
But
that
we've
we're
had
waiting.
ZA. Like, is when did ZA actually release? It was last year,
CA
right?
came out in November 18th.
Yeah. So there's
So
a
but
chance that they feed us
I
through.
would feel I I think so. I don't think they will. I don't think there's going to be a game that comes out between. I think they're really banking on Minecraft, Pokeopia, and Champions and ZA are going to hold everyone over for 2026 because it did release tail into 2025. ZA did, and I'm expecting a quarter one 2027 release date. I'm expecting a release in like January, February. Probably a release on Pokemon Day, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't I don't foresee it going fall. I don't think they're gonna go fall. I think they're gonna go I think they're gonna go early 2027, I think. Because it just makes sense. Because again, if they don't do that, then there is gonna have to be a remake that comes out of some sort. They're gonna have to
And
do
what
a
are we
little
on,
bit more
black
to
and
hold.
white? I know,
I doubt
like, I like I know that everyone thought BDSP was going to be the bee's knees, but there's a whole load more people that think black and white are the best games in the series. So
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't
They would
think
be
a
wrong,
faithful
but
I don't think a faithful remake would do it justice.
no, I don't. I think the problem, yeah, that's just the problem with it is because at the end of the day, if they don't do anything and they're going to release Tail in 2027, that's going to be a long break without a mainline game from mainline to mainline. Because, usually, let's see, Scarlet and Violet came out in 2023, right?
y-
Or was it
yes,
22?
I'm trying to think of like which house I was in.
You were still in England. I know that
Yeah.
much.
It was in the breach of me moving out between
It was
Manchester
post.
houses, so it
It
was
was. It was.
2023. Yeah.
Yeah. It was post. It was post Disney. And I knew you guys were having. Yeah. So 2020. Yeah. 2023. I would
It's
go with
been a long
2023.
time.
So it'd be about four. So if they go towards the tail end of 27, it will be 4 years without a proper mainline Pokemon game. Yes, you can say the Legends games are proper Pokemon games. I don't. No, I mean, they're mainline, sure, but they're not really a Pokemon game. They're not a core Pokemon entry in the title. So that's gonna be a long wait. So I just can't foresee them going a full 4 years. That being said, they better fucking make. I'll tell you right the fuck now, Jake. This game has to knock it out of the park. Like, I'm not saying it has to be the best Pokemon game that's ever been made, but it should be the best
Yeah.
Pokemon game that's ever been made because it's on brand new hardware. If the Switch 2 can run fucking Cyberpunk 2077 at 60 FPS with no lag, there is no reason why a $1 billion entity known as Pokemon that have increased their budget, doubled their team size, doing aren't just solely doing it in house. There's no reason why this game should have any issues graphically or performance wise, which again, that's what held Sword and Shield. I mean, that's what held Scarlet and Violet back. I mean, you talk to anyone who played those games, the the Pokemon people like the Pokemon. The gimmick was really fun. They had 3 the story felt like a proper story because there was, like, 3 it felt like there was 3 main things that you could do, and it all converged at the very end. Um, the characters that they gave us had backstories. Like, Nimona had the basic backstory of, "Oh, I'm your rival, I want to be the best." And then you had to deal with Arvin and his dying Mabo Stiff, and you had to deal with, the Team Star people who were outcasts that were bullied at school, and that's why they started the thing. So, I mean, like they showed us the keys, and with ZA, they showed us the fact that they can do side quests pretty normal. Like it's not solely just fetch quests. They kind of solved the Arceus problem with their quest lines. And I think if they can merge those two things together with just solid performance and then Pokemon doing what Pokemon does with just decent designs, I think there's no reason why, if we're gonna, from a gameplay perspective, from a critical perspective, that this Pokemon game is not quote unquote the best Pokemon game ever.
There's no
Like
reason.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
expecting. That's what
yeah.
I'm expecting.
There's no excuse really.
Yeah.
I'll still buy it. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm locked into the series
Yeah.
for the rest of my life, and as long as they
Yeah.
make Pokemon, I'll probably end up buying it. Until there might be a
Yeah.
case where I don't, or I end up buying it for my kids.
Yeah.
And then I end
Exactly.
up playing it as a through
Mm,
what my mum and dad saw, which is
yeah.
probably full
They're my
circle.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Won't be happening. My kid will be giving me. I will be no. Fuck my kid. My kid is gonna get his own copy of the game. I'm still playing that fucking game. But
Gonna
I
beat
will
him
say
up.
though,
Instead of
I'm
doing
a
gym
fucking
leaders, you can't progress unless you beat me.
yeah, yeah, you wanna go to the Elite Four? Yeah, right. Um, but, I guess my next question for you, I mean, we're kinda just spitballing early, like, early shit. W Based on the region, based on what we see, what do you think the kinda, like, theme of Wind and Waves is gonna be? And what do you think the gimmick is gonna be? That's where I'm at. Those are my burning questions right now.
That's a that's a toughie. That's a real toughie. Uh-oh. I might have to watch the blinds a bit. I can see myself ascending. I'll turn my light on, see if it calms it down. I'm just looking at the website again while you were talking. It one thing that did point out, like stuck out to me now, is it's this sentence here. During this adventure, you'll be able to team up with all kinds of Pokemon to overcome both the difficult road ahead and even the forces of nature that block your path at times. So that tells me that, to me, that means there's dynamic weather. Um,
Okay.
and maybe that the new legends are going to be weather controlling legends. We've never seen that
Okay.
before.
No. Yeah, we've
Quote unquote
never
Kyogre and
Kroger, Groudon,
Groudon. Um, I'd,
regional forms.
I think for
Go.
the gimmick, um,
No.
what can they actually do now that would alter Pokemon? Because Gigantamax made them bigger, gave them more HP, didn't change anything other than like max moves. Terrestrialization changed type. We already have abilities that change type as well, so that kind of makes sense that maybe they're going to unlock the route of different abilities.
Okay.
It's got to be something that manipulates the Pokemon in a way. Like Mega just gave them a different form and boosted their stats, but didn't change anything to do with typing or moveset. I can't put my finger on what they're actually going to do with the gimmick anymore. Like it, it maybe goes to show that maybe Pokemon Fusion is coming, and I don't want to. I don't want that. I don't want that. I think
Me
that's a bit
neither.
too far
Me
fetched for
neither.
me. Um,
It's me neither. Me neither.
yeah,
I'm. I
maybe
mean,
there's a fourth evolution. Not like Mega, like it is a permanent. The gimmick is a permanent fourth evolution. No, because gimmicks kind of have to be not time
you have to
based, but
translate.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of something that would work with the battle system because the gimmick is
Yeah.
made for the battling system.
Mhm.
Um, I
Who's to
don't
say
know.
it needs to get my question is who's to say it needs a gimmick? Do they just Pokemon need to give us a gimmick? It seems like Champions is gonna be their battle simulator for Pokemon. That's kind of like what we've been saying about Champions for the longest time. Who's to say it's not who's to say that we go
The
back to
10th
the
is done.
traditional battle system?
Yeah, the
Who
10th
says we
is
go back to the
back
who
to
says we go
back to
back to the
basics. I'd
yeah, who
like
says
that.
we go back to the traditional like who says we go back to the traditional battle style? Like who says it's not like battling like in ZA? We don't know that yet. We don't know
Also,
if
because they've
they
got like forces of nature ahead. Maybe the gimmick
Mhm.
doesn't apply to the Pokemon.
Yeah,
Maybe the
maybe it's just
gimmick is
nature.
you can summon fucking terrains, weather,
Yeah.
change change the
Now,
biome, like biome
yeah, I mean,
boosts. Like,
like I said, I mean to me like it just shows that like we we don't know what this game's going to give us yet. We got a 2-minute trailer. We've got the starters, we have the island theme of it, but that's about it. And I feel like Generation 10, like Jake kind of said, is like can be like a full circle moment for Pokemon. Not like a hard reset because you can't hard reset it because you're already showing off old Pokemon. But what Pokemon has done in the last 30 years is basically has built this thing that we know and love. And they know that we come to Pokemon for battles. And they have now made their official battle simulator app that is completely free for the most part that we know of. I don't think I think this might be the most different Pokemon game that we have.
it's going to be
I
closer
don't
to
think we
ZA than it is going to be a
I
mainline.
yeah, I don't think we go back to the traditional cutaway, pick your four moves and attack in the main game. I think we might go back to real time like we did in CA. Maybe they change it to feel more like a proper JRPG where you have your party and you can instead of sending just one Pokemon out at a time, you send out all four of your party members at a time, and then you each have a chance to go different. Like they
That
can
would
do
be cool.
so much with it now that I feel like they can play it safe and go that, and that's gonna definitely turn some fans off for sure. Um, but what Pokemon has proven to me, at least with ZA, is that we don't have to go back to a traditional 4x4 pick. We don't have to go back to the traditional battling system to have a good Pokemon game. Because take it what you want for ZA for the structure. The one thing no one complained about in ZA was surprisingly the battles.
Yeah,
No one really they said maybe it was a little repetitive here and there, maybe a little bit too easy. But as you do some of the more challenging battles and more challenging bosses, it definitely got harder towards the end. So I think I think they don't have to go back to the traditional formula for it. I think if they want to make it full blown, again, they really hinted on open world and the press release. Like, I feel like if you want to go full blown open world, you don't necessarily need to go full blown, battle like traditional Pokemon. I feel like you can keep that on the old games and if you want your traditional Pokemon battles with your abilities and stuff like that, going back to traditional champions. I mean, I really don't know. Um,
I do
and now
think
as I
that we
just
will
said,
still have
and now
abilities
as I
and stuff
just said
because,
that,
like,
yeah, I was gonna say now as I just said that, they definitely did list their abilities. So it's just like maybe I'm totally wrong, and they're just gonna say, "Fuck it,
yeah,
we're
because
going back to."
a lot of like some Pokemon's character is determined by their
Yeah.
ability. I mean, like,
Uh huh.
look at some of the form changing ones. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to see no gimmick. I would love it to
Yeah.
be a
I agree.
raw exploration type, delp in depth storyline that doesn't pander too much to children. Like we, S- Scarlet and Violet was good. We dealt with death. Death isn't usually in a Pokemon game at all.
For
Like
sure.
there
Yeah.
has only been a very few references. I think one in Red, a Black and White had some. And I don't think that's about it
About
before
it.
Scarlet and Violet came out in terms of talking about actual death. Everything just
Mhm.
faints and can come back to life. And
Yeah.
everyone stays stasis in life. There is no aging. You're always 12, no matter
Mhm.
where you go.
It's true.
I'm very
Except in
glad that
black and
we're out of
white.
the Pokemon, school uniforms. The school
Yeah.
setting was probably the worst setting they could have ever done. I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed. Agreed.
there is nothing worse than being schooled, literally on a
Yeah.
game that you usually, as a kid or someone wants to
Mhm.
escape. It's more of a like it's more like a fantasy book, a mystery. It's and putting me in school takes away the whole like premise,
Takes
and
away
it
it. Yeah.
breaks the what do you call it? The not the
The immersion.
That's it. That's the word, immersion. It breaks the immersion. Um, but yeah, it looks like we're gonna have. I hope this just like I said before, not procedurally generated, but we need some sort of like randomization to it in terms of replayability. I don't want to be running around the same map over and over again. The day and night
Yeah, I
cycle is
agree.
great. Um,
Mhm.
the weather isn't too frequent in ZA, but when it does come round, you get different spawns, different encounters, and that should play a massive part. And it looks like it is going to play a massive part for
Yeah.
from what we're reading. Um,
Mhm.
all in all, I'm very, very excited.
I am too.
It's slowly the 2 minutes that we saw didn't impress me a lot on first viewing, but
Mhm.
now it's growing on me. Now I know I've got a hoverboard slash skateboard.
Mhm.
I'm ready to explore. The amount of areas that have been shown off the rip is
Yeah.
amazing. It
Mhm.
it's gonna be a good. I
It
feel like it's gonna be a good game. It feels very
it
natural. If and I just hope they don't go down the Sun and Moon route of releasing too much again,
Mhm.
because I mean, like Sun and Moon, they released almost every Pokemon. Like we saw
Pretty
everything.
much. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then with Scarlet and Violet, we saw nothing, which made it
Mhm.
kind of worse. Like
Yes, we saw
we needed
very
more.
we saw very little of Scarlet and Violet. Like I remember did like a Houndstone, like they did like a Houndstone or like reveal. Like they did the little like watch this trailer for 24 hours and you'll see a new Pokemon kind of shit. Like we like that's how we saw Grafai.
Yeah,
So I mean, like they don't need to do all that. I mean, all at the end of the day, Pokemon wins and waves are here. Generation 10 is here. Um, expect news about it coming out 6 months and expect leaks to come out. Like that's, I mean, just expect that. Like the Terra leak has pretty much already been out there. There
yeah. We don't know
probably is
how
already,
far in development they were when
yeah,
the Terra League happened, because there's going
yeah.
to be a
I
point
have
where it cut
not,
off because they
yeah,
released
I
everything.
have, yeah, I have not seen the entire Terra leak. I remember watching a video of someone describing it, and they showed off like very pre-alpha footage of like what we saw, at least the very beginning area, but with the Scarlet and Violet model. Um, but just be very wary. If you, I mean, more the power to you if you want to go and look more things up. Just know going to be tons and tons of leaks and information, tons and tons of information going out with the new leaks. If you just avoid it if you want to, I'm not here to tell you to not look at it, but just be wary that some of it's going to be true, some of it's going to be false. Don't let what you're hearing online from leaks determine what the finished product's gonna be, because I feel like the finished product is going to be something that will, at the end of the day, worst case scenario, probably be a 7 out of 10. And best case scenario, we do get quote unquote not the rebirth of a proper Pokemon. The finally a modern Pokemon game.
Yeah,
And I think that's the best case scenario for this. And I'm really excited for it. I know Jake's really excited for it. And listeners, if you are fans of Pokemon, you know, you're not going to hear much about this unless something happens. So you guys have about a year and a half of no Pokemon nonsense coming your I'm just kidding. When Pokemon
No, we
Champions
definitely
drops in
will.
a month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can't not avoid it. There's gonna be one where it's gonna be a slow week where I'm like, what did you do this week, Jake? And Jake was like, I worked. What did you do? I worked. Okay. You want to theory craft Generation 10 real quick? Sure. And then you get a whole 2 hour diatribe of me and Jake theory crafting Pokemon Generation 10, which all ends up being the same shit we summarized in an hour post this post the review of the reactions. But I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. And next week we'll definitely be going back to our normal podcasting ways. But this week it is Pokemon's 30th anniversary. It's 30 years old. It's literally I'm only 2 years older than Pokemon, which is crazy to admit. I just aged myself. But
I am
I'm
exactly the same. I'm
Jake.
30 and it is 30.
Yep. Jake is 30 years old. He is the same age as Pokemon. But this franchise has been important for our lives for so many years, literally our entire life. Our entire friendship is based around Pokemon. So anytime that this stuff comes around, we do get excited like it's Christmas. So just know Pokemon news comes out, we're probably gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But guys, that's gonna do us for this week. I've been Luke, that's been Jake, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.